Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages or the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin and find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards. So the first card we have is the Hierophant. We do have some Taurus energy with this. You could be dealing with a Taurus. We have the Page of Cups and we have the Six of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Fool card. So with the Fool card showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this feels like an energy of being open to a new chapter. I do feel like also a new chapter being on the horizon. But this Fool card showing up over here, this feels like an open and open to experience that energy. Do you feel like with the Fool card, this also feels like a very lucky energy as well? So it does feel like being able to experience a sense of fortune when it comes to the beginning of things as well. But with this Fool card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being in a space where I do feel like there's a sense of being open to being able to take the next step into being able to enter into a new chapter within a connection, and of like taking that leap of faith with someone. I do feel like with the Hierophant card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a person who do feel like when it comes to how this person feels about you, they feel very secure with you. There's a sense of being able to experience a sense of security within your connection as well at this time that they get from you. That's how they feel about you. And I do feel like with this Hierophant card, this also feels like an energy of somebody who is quite grounded. Do you feel like there's a sense of wanting to also ground their emotions and the feelings and even the relationship or the connection with you? With the Hierophant card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being ready to commit. Do you feel like also a sense of being someone who is somewhat a person who approaches things from a very practical mindset or very grounded way of approaching things? I do feel like this person can even have a very traditional side to them, but they definitely do feel, I do feel like within this connection when it comes to their feelings, they feel for you, they feel stable, they feel something safe with you. I do feel like with the Page of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who could actually be in a space where I do feel like it's a sense of having those feelings being something that is growing within a connection. And you could be feeling this way about someone. I do feel like with this Page of Cups showing up over here, this feels like an infatuated energy, but I also feel that there's a sense of being in a space where there's a desire to be able to approach things from a space where it's like this person is wearing their heart on their sleeve. Feels quite romantic as well. With this Page of Cups, this does feel like an energy of also moving in a way that feels like they are approaching things in a very innocent way. This does feel like also a sense of being in a space where someone has this youthful spirit, or it just comes across when it comes to the way they're approaching things in a connection with you. I do also feel that with the Page of Cups, this could even be a sense of someone who really admires you, feel like they are, it's like they're watching you from a distance. I feel like they're also working that courage to be able to act upon that. And with the Six of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being recognized. So I do definitely feel like you have someone's attention. With the Six of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty positive energy when it comes to being able to succeed as well. So there is a sense of being in a space where somebody may actually be trying to get your attention or trying to approach you. I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where there is a sense that this person has a lot of admiration for you. I do feel that with the Hierophant card showing up over here, this could even be as far as the way that they feel about you is something that this person actually really does take quite seriously. And with this Six of Wands, it feels like they are in a space where they're quite confident to act upon those feelings, or even just act upon being able to take a connection to the next level. And with the Fool card, this does feel like taking a leap of faith. So it feels like a way forward. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Empress card, and we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. And we have the King of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords showing up in the reverse. So this Page of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like there could be somewhat of a lack of communication surrounding some part of this connection with someone. I do feel like with this Page of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of somebody who has an urge to be able to bring something up. And with this card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of this person being in a space of considering how to go about that. And with this Empress card showing up over here, I definitely think that this person has a lot of attraction towards you. I do feel like you could also have a lot of attraction towards this person. There is a sense of having attraction, strong attraction between the two of you. With this Nine of Swords showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of being able to experience things getting better, especially when it comes to a personal level, when it comes to your well-being, being in a space where things feel like they're experiencing a lot of relief. I also feel that with this Nine of Swords showing up in the reverse, this also feels like a sense of being able to have answers when it comes to a lot of questions that you may have lingering, and I feel that it is also providing a sense of relief as well. This could also be hearing from somebody in a way that you may feel that is a missing piece to something. I do feel like with this King of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like having a strong emotional connection within a connection with someone. And I do feel that with this King of Cups showing up over here, this feels like also a sense of someone being quite devoted to your emotional connection, especially when it comes to the actions that they are taking. I do feel like this person is coming from a space of having very strong feelings. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have a Chemistry card. And we have Religious Factors. And we have Love Yourself First. So the Chemistry card showing up over here, this does feel like having a strong attraction between two people. I do feel like there's that magnetic attraction. This person definitely has, you have this person's attention. I do feel like there's a sense of being quite attracted. And with the Empress card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a sense of comfort when it comes to the way that they feel about you, when it comes to the way they feel about this connection. And within this connection, do you feel like there's also a sense of being able to have a sense of you both click with this Chemistry card showing up over here? This does feel like having a connection with someone. I do feel like this person feels it quite strongly when it comes to that chemistry between the two of you. With this Religious Factors card showing up over here, this does feel like having a pretty deep connection. I do feel like it could actually be also impacting you on a level where it's also assisting when it comes to your healing, and that could be even when it comes to your sense of emotional healing. But there's a sense of this connection being one that's quite spiritual, and I also feel it could actually be quite healing as well. I do feel like with the Religious Factors card showing up over here, this also feels like having a connection that does feel like it is one that is like a soul connection with someone. There's a sense of also being on the same path, or being able to experience a connection that feels quite fulfilling, even spiritually. I do feel that with this Love Yourself First card showing up over here, this does feel like a very attractive energy because of being in a space where I do feel like being in a good place, especially when it comes to yourself, your self-care, your self-love, your self-healing journey. I do feel like being in a good place also is what's radiating from you. I do feel like with this energy, this also feels like people being drawn to you for that energy, and for that that energy that you're giving off with this. This does feel like an energy of being in a space where you're prioritizing and pouring into your own cup. And I do feel like that energy also feels like it's allowing for you to have a sense of energy being poured into you. It's giving off that sense of being able to show up as your best self in the way that you need for your connection. So I do feel like this is pertaining to this Nine of Swords as well in the reverse. This Nine of Swords does feel like a sense of being in a space of worry, panic, being in a space of even having sleepless nights over something. That I do feel like with this card in the reverse, this feels like a sense of being able to experience relief over that. So I do feel like being able to experience a sense of your well-being being something that's also being replenished. So those are the messages I am getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.